by this time you've done some digging into the show that you're auditioning for. You know the songs, you know the characters, you know the story, and you have prepared your selected audition materials. Now, it's time to show that director what you're really made of. In this installment, I'm going to be telling you how to impress that casting table with your song and monologue of choice, and ultimately, how to get the callback that you're hoping for. I'm David A. Bradbury with the 6th Street Playhouse Studio, and welcome back to part 2 of Getting the Part. We all know that auditioning can be an extremely nerve-wracking experience. There's lots of people there, some of whom you may not know, and there's always that curiosity going through your mind about who's auditioning for the same part as you and how well everybody else is doing. And while there are certain things that you cannot control in an audition environment, namely the performance of other people, there are certain things that you can control, like your professionalism, your preparation, and your confidence. So let's talk now about the things that you can do to make sure your audition goes the best that it can. The first thing you should do upon your arrival is make sure that you have your headshot handy. Now, a headshot is an 8 by 10 inch picture of you. It's a close-up of your face with nobody else in the picture. Now, by the way, school photos work great for this purpose. You do not need to go out and get professional headshots done if you do not already have them. And the reason the directors ask for this is because this may be our first time meeting you. We don't know you, and in that case, we need to be able to distinguish you from the other actors in your audition at a moment's glance. For this purpose, headshots are extremely helpful. Now, the other thing that you may be asked for in other auditions is a resume. This is a one-sheet summary of your theatrical education and experience. If you have one of these, great. Bring it to your 6th Street Studio audition. But if you don't, that is totally okay as well. Just be sure to list your experience on the back of the audition form. With these materials in hand, it is now time to walk into the room and show off your stuff. If you find yourself getting anxious about how things are going to go, just remember that there are certain very simple things that you can do to make sure your performance goes as smoothly as possible. Just be sure to follow this step-by-step checklist. When you're called into the room, walk in with confidence. You're going to want to have your eyes up, your back straight, and a smile on your face. If you want to say a quick hello, how are you to the director's table as you're setting up, this is great. In fact, encouraged because it helps alleviate some of the awkwardness of the beginning of that audition. Then you're going to want to proceed directly to your mark. This is a big old X marked out in the room with tape, and it's where you will stand during the entirety of your audition. Go directly there. And last but not least, it is time to slate. Now, slating refers to the act of introducing yourself to the director's table, as well as listing the pieces you'll be performing for them. At this time, let's take a look at a successful example of an actor's entrance into the room and a slate. Hi, how are you? Thank you for being here. My name is David A. Bradbury. I'll be performing a monologue from Brighton Beach Memoirs, and I will be singing All Shook Up. Notice a couple of things about this slate. First and foremost, it is warm and friendly. The actor seems approachable and easy to work with. And second, the slate has been practiced. The actor knows exactly what they're going to say and how they're going to say it. They know what play their monologue is from, and they know the name of their song. The last thing that you want to do when you're slating is fumble over your words. It projects a lack of confidence. Now let's take a look at another less successful example of a slate. Hi, my name is David A. Bradbury, and I'll be performing a monologue from Brighton Beach Memoirs, and I'll be singing All Shook Up. Do you see how the actor in this instance doesn't seem as prepared? His slate is peppered with ums and ahs. He doesn't seem as warm or friendly, and he's not as confident. First impressions are everything, and you don't want this to be your slate. After you've slated, it is finally time to perform your chosen materials. The two most important things to remember while you are acting are enunciation and expression. Enunciation means that the directors can understand the words that you're saying, so do your best not to mumble or fumble your words. And expression means just emote. Express the way that your character would feel in the given moment and circumstance. And no matter what, whether you mess up or get lost for a moment, don't break character. Don't apologize, don't ask to start over. Just simply take a moment to collect yourself if you get lost, and then proceed from where you left off. And then when your audition is finished, thank the director's table and leave, making sure you exit the same way you entered, with confidence. If you get stuck, just remember, make it a scene. Slate, have confidence, enunciate your words, never break character, and have expression. Finally, after all of your hard work and preparation, you're done with your initial audition. The best thing to do now, believe it or not, is to just let everything go. No matter how you feel you did, the outcome is no longer under your control, and the decision rests entirely with the directors. If you feel you did well, that's great. Take note of what made you successful and commit to bringing that to your next audition. And if you didn't feel like things went your way, quickly reflect on what you'd like to change, commit to changing it, and then breathe. Remember, this is all about learning, and I can say from personal experience that you probably did better than you think you did. That's all for this episode. I hope you found this advice useful. If you're only auditioning for a play, the initial audition might stop here. But if this is a musical, time to get up and move. In the next video, we'll cover best practices for the dance call. I've been David A. Bradbury with the 6th Street Playhouse Studio. Thank you for watching Getting the Part, and I'll see you in the next one.